My old friends made me. I wasn't making them. In other words, you want to be the one choosing the people that are in your life and in your circle, because if not, you're just going to end up with a whole bunch of low quality connections. Number one, you need to get clear on what type of friend you want. What are their characteristics? Are they loyal? Are they funny? Are they smart? Do they have growth mindset? Are they ambitious? Are these going to be people that you have fun with, or do you want actual long-lasting, deep connections? Number two, get off of your couch and go outside. Number three, you need to actually set the intention to open your heart to receive new people into your life. The last friend that I just made, literally prayed for her.
Hey ladies, I'm Tiffany Celeste. Welcome back to my channel. I mentioned in my previous video titled How to Deal with Friendship Breakups that I would be making a follow-up video on how to make new friends as an adult. I want to encourage you that no matter your age or previous friendship experience, you are worthy and deserving to have connections and friendships that add value to your life. At some point in our lives, we have been burned before, but don't let that hinder you from creating new and healthy friendships and connections. Once you heal and grow and are ready to make a new connection, you can enter into it with more wisdom, intention, and boundaries. Be sure to also watch my video titled Vetting People and Prequalifying is a Must to ensure that you are doing your due diligence in vetting people before you allow them into your world. I am also going to link some resources and books in the description that will help you on your journey to making new friends as an adult. In this video, I'm bringing together some accessible ideas on cultivating adult friendships. So let's listen in on these tips on how to make new friends as an adult. And I'll be back after the jump with additional commentary, so make sure you stay until the end.
Let's talk about making friends as a grown woman. One of the things that I'm praying for in the new year is to continue to cultivate community in my life. But I know that with that, I'm going to have a little bit of discernment. And this has really led to me treating new relationships in my life just like I do dating. Just because we meet people and they are a good person, that does not mean that they're a good person for us. And if you've been in a season of isolation, it can be really hard to figure out how to cultivate community in this next chapter of your life. Which is exactly why I want to share with you 3 ways I have made new friends as a grown woman, because I know how hard it can be. Number 1 is Shooting Your Shot Friendship Edition. This one can be scary because you never know what you're going to get on the other side, but I have made some amazing relationships this way, both by deciding to respond to a DM and also by sending one. The second one is Friends of a Friend. I know 2 of my friends have something in common, or I feel like their personalities would mesh well. Why not get the girls together so that everyone can hang out? One of the ways that I have made friends recently is by being more active in my church community. I am actually preparing to go on a friendship date right now with someone that I met at church. And I can already see the way that God is answering this prayer for me, but it does require us to get out of our box a little bit. If you are trying to cultivate community, try one of these 3 things. No one's gonna just come knocking at your door, sis. Let me know in the comments how you have been making friends as a grown woman.
Everybody wants friends, but nobody got friends. The math ain't mathin'. Looking for new friends? There's apps for that. If you already have way too many friends than you can handle, keep scrolling. I'm Kiki, I'm a therapist, and I have a healthy number of friends that I did not grow up with, so who better to listen to than me? You already have apps to make friends on your phone that you're not using correctly. LinkedIn. It's not just for finding jobs. It's also for finding like-minded people. You already know what they do. You already know what school they went to, where they work, and all this other information. Slide in the DMs. Hey, looking for like-minded friends. Let's meet for a virtual coffee date. Use it right. Make a TikTok video. Now's the best time to make videos and meet new friends. Hey, I'm on a bestie hunt. I'm looking for friends in this area. If you're in this area, who wants to hang out? Drop a comment below, because everybody's looking for friends. All the dating sites, but specifically Hinge. You can toggle it or even put somewhere on the app that you are interested in friendship. Listen, some of y'all out here getting friend zoned all the time, so you might as well take advantage of it. ClassPass. You're not going to find your friends on the app, but you're going to find the location of where your friends are, and then you're going to go work out. You're going to meet some new friends. Eventbrite is similar. You're not going to find your friends on the app, but you're going to find places that your friends are hanging out. Look for an event that interests you. Go there. Like-minded people are there. Meet people. Talk to people. Introduce yourself. Meet your friends. It's the age of technology. There's an app for everything, and there's apps that are specifically focused on finding friends. Bumble Friends, Peekaboo, but who wants to log into something else? You have apps on your phone right now that you're just not using correctly, so use them. If you want friends, then you will get them. Drop your ego, shoot your shot, walk outside of your comfort zone, be yourself.
Here's how you make friends as an adult. Whatever type of friend you're trying to get, go to where that person would hang out and be. For example, if I want to hang out with millionaire entrepreneurs, I need to think, where would a millionaire entrepreneur be? For one, they might be at a country club at an exclusive golf course. I'm personally a member of 2 different courses, and I can tell you firsthand, I've met a ton of millionaire entrepreneurs that I didn't know before, just simply by hanging out at the golf course. Another one might be a car meetup. I know a ton of my buddies who are car enthusiasts, who own businesses, love going to these different meetups and rallies. Another good place to meet them would be at business events or masterminds. Every time I go to an event, whether it's my own or whether I'm speaking or just attending one, I always meet new entrepreneurs from all over the country. And so making friends with these people isn't very hard if you're in the same places where they're at. So if you're trying to make friends as an adult, figure out where your potential new friends are hanging out right now.
You know what's a really great way to make friends quickly? If you're struggling with making friendships right now and you meet people, you go places, best way to make a new friendship is to be an active friend maker. Which means if you meet somebody and you like them and you want to hang out with them, try to make plans that are clear, that have a when and a where, and then you reach out to them afterwards and make a plan. Best way to make new friends.
Like, you have spent so much time alone, you forget in order to build connections, you have to nurture them. And today I was texting one of my new friends and they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I went to this bar to eat and now I'm like going to get my nails done and doing this, yada, yada, yada. And they texted back and they were like, well, bitch, why didn't you tell me? I was like, I literally did not think about it. And it's not out of a place of like, oh, I don't want you to go, or like out of fear of like inviting someone somewhere. It's just, I've spent so much time alone and I'm so okay spending a lot of time alone that I forget, like, damn, in order to make these friends and continue to have these friends, you got to reach out to them and like let them know what you're doing and like just give them the option to even come. So when this friend brought to my attention that like, you never tell me what you're doing, I had to ask them for grace, because I'm not used to being the one to extend an invite and like ask people to go do stuff. I'm used to people actually telling me to come, and I'm just like, okay, I'll go for the ride. Making friends as an adult is very hard. There's a lot of time, consideration, all of these things that we kind of have to go through. But the key to this is just communication and understanding, like letting people into your life is really hard, especially if you've spent a lot of time by yourself. So I told myself, in order to fix this, I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to invite someone just one time out of a week to something that I would typically do alone, even if they come or if they don't. But this is the only way that we make friends. So give yourself some grace.
First thing is just realizing that it is actually hard, and you want it to be hard. Like, you don't want to just like stumble across girlfriends. Like, that's not how you build and develop deep relationships. Like, you need to both be putting effort in, just like a romantic relationship. The way I've done this in both Chicago and in New York is just like speed dating a bunch of girls. And when I moved to Chicago, the process was a lot easier and faster, and I think it's just because I got lucky and had more time and energy to put towards those. Moving to New York, it took me about a year to actually start finding girls and just like finding those deeper relationships with people that I could truly call my friends. But it's really putting yourself out in the open. It's DMing girls on Instagram that you might think like look like you guys would have something in common. I've met mostly all of my friends through TikTok and Instagram because they're also fellow creators, so that's how we meet each other. But you could also meet them through Bumble, or you could go to different events like City Girls Who Walk, which is where I met the girl that I'm going to Portugal with from the comment in this video. Putting yourself out there, going to these things, going to these experiences, or signing up for these apps or whatever it is that gets you in front of those girls who are like-minded like you. Then it's taking the time and energy to actually like continuously interact with them and show vulnerability and show like commitment, like you want to go do activities with them, for example. Yes, not all of them are going to work out. I've gone on like first girl dates with so many people that like, yeah, they were sweet girls, but I just like didn't feel like we hit it off or would have become like super deep connected friends. But there are some girls that like, now that I've been in New York for a year, we've consistently stayed in contact, and I'm like, oh wow, like I genuinely feel like we have now been wanting to connect with each other back and forth for this long, that there's someone who like cares about me and vice versa. I care about them and want to have a friendship with them. I hope that helps. It's definitely a struggle and there's ups and downs, and I'm by no means like an expert. I think it's really, really hard to find new girlfriends when you move to a big city, and it's really hard to stay in touch with your long distance friends from childhood, college, high school, whatever it is. But at the core of it, it's finding similarities and it's putting energy in to keep those relationships strong. Good luck out there.
I'm gonna help you pick better friends in less than 60 seconds. A lot of people don't recognize this, but there's actually a structure to the way great friendships work. In fact, there's a structure to everything. In my experience, that structure is compatibility, character, and desire. Compatibility. Do you share common values? Do you have overlapping interests? Are there things that you do on a regular basis that this person might also do on a regular basis? Even down to schedule. These things are going to be very important if you are going to have a good friendship, right? If you're going to maintain a good friendship. Character. Is this someone who has the character of a good friend? Are they looking out for people? Are they looking out for your best interests? Are they not putting you in situations that are going to harm or hurt you? And lastly, desire. Do you actually want to be friends with this person? Even if everything's perfect, do they want to be friends with you? This is the most important thing. And if you do not see this expressed, forget about it.
And just be like, hey, isn't it so weird how hard it is to make new friends as an adult?
In this video, the content creator suggests that one way to connect with a new potential female friend is to initiate a conversation by saying, hey, isn't it weird trying to make friends as an adult? Here are 3 reasons why that's an effective approach. 1, research suggests that feelings of closeness form when 2 people have a shared reality. So if I think friend making is weird and you confirm that friend making is weird, I feel close to you because you see the world the way that I do. There's something known as the beautiful mess effect, which suggests that we tend to like people more after they've been vulnerable with us. And this small, low stakes confession can be a little taste of that, and it's endearing. And finally, the average person is a little nervous by the idea of initiating a conversation with somebody else. So you doing that first relieves them of the pressure and the burden. So why not give this strategy a try? Let me know how it works.
Or I just simply wanted to make more friends. This is exactly what I would do. Number 1, it is a mindset shift, okay? Because if you're telling yourself that making new friends is so hard, that is a story that you're telling yourself, which will also reflect in your reality. And I'm not saying that it isn't hard, because sometimes it can certainly feel that way. But once we shift that around, we'll be able to see it from a different perspective. Number 2, let's get clear on your own personal hobbies, your own goals, your own interests. For example, I like crocheting and I want to make friends who also are into crocheting. And I actually made a friend who likes to crochet. And one day I noticed her crocheting and I just went up to her and started a conversation. And then from then, we built our relationship. So find people who have similar interests, then go from there. But you have to get clear on the type of stuff that you like to do as well. I would tell you to get clear on the kind of friendships that you want to have. Like, where would you meet these people? What do these kind of people do? Get very specific on what you want in a friend or friends. As long as you kind of have an idea of who you want to be friends with, it'll be easier to weed out the ones that don't align with what you want. Next, I would say do solo dates. Once you put yourself in the spaces that you like to be in and you see other people who may show up by themselves or whatever, don't be afraid to go up to them and have a conversation. Don't be afraid to start a conversation. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I mean, sometimes it can be a little scary, it can be a little intimidating, but you never know what that might lead to, because that is where you will meet those kind of people. But it's all about trial and error. But making friends as an adult can definitely feel challenging. Trust me, I know. I moved to a whole new city. These things have given me success, and these things have definitely helped me make some new friends in my area. Let your personality shine through, and just the people who are meant to be in your life and gravitate towards you will do so naturally. So I hope these tips helped you.
Here's your guide to making friends as an adult. Making friends as an adult is a lot like dating, which means that you're gonna have to kind of kiss a lot of frogs before you end up finding friends who are gonna be in your life for a long, long time. First things first, you do have to make an effort to really put yourself out there and do different activities. If you've moved to a new city, maybe you take up a pottery class or a tennis clinic, or just something that puts you in front of other people that you can connect with that's beyond just, a bar. Because when you go to a place where you can do an activity, then you know that you kind of have something in common with the people that are there. This can even be something like going to a Pilates class. And when you're there, don't be afraid to talk to people. I feel like people are really friendly in general, and so if you put out good energy, people will respond to that. If you do end up vibing with someone, always follow up with them, maybe go out for coffee and kind of feel out their vibe from that.
So I'm in a book club, and the book that we're currently reading is called Platonic, How the Science of Attachment Can Help You Make and Keep Friends. And it's by Dr. Marisa G. Franco. And when I tell you guys, this book has been helping me so much. So as someone who does not have friends locally, close to where I live, I feel like this book is right on time, because it's really been a struggle to make friends as an adult. Most of my friends are from college and I love them dearly, but the thing about it is that it's just long distance friendships, and I just want some people here that are in San Diego that can be a part of my community. And this book really talks about like our attachment styles and the way in which we approach friendships based on that. And they give you this chart so you can break down like where you fall on the attachment style spectrum. And for myself, I found that I'm mostly secure, but I do have some anxious attachment tendencies and then a tiny bit of avoidant attachment style tendencies. And to me, that's been really helpful to know, because I've known about my attachment style when it comes to romantic relationships, but I never really thought about it for friendship ones. So after reading this book, one of the chapters that I just read is all about how friendship is something that you have to, or finding friends at least, is something that you sometimes have to go out of your way to initiate. And so I got back on Bumble BFF and I'm trying to make friends again, and so far it's going well. And I think part of that is really just like my mindset when it comes to like making friends this time around, and also just like a lot of the things that I learned in this book are really hitting home for me when it comes to like how to make and keep friends. So I'm super excited about this read. I'll be done with it by the end of September, and I'm going to share more about it with you guys the more that I read. So I'm going to do a part 2 for this and then come back and talk about more of things that I learned in this book.
I know that after a certain age, meeting genuine, lasting friends can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. But between past connections that didn't go as intended and work, family, and self-care, our lives can get so full that sometimes making room for new friendships seems impossible or scary. But take these ideas and apply them to your life as you see fit. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Just remember to vet people first and use your discernment. And don't forget to watch my video titled Vetting People and Pre-Qualifying People is a Must. I want you to have fun, be safe, and make new friends. I will also be linking the book that was mentioned in that last video. I hope these tips have inspired you to get out there and make those meaningful connections. Finding new friends as an adult takes effort, but with the right mindset, a few tools, and a little patience, it's absolutely possible. Don't forget to download my free life audit worksheet linked below to help you assess your relationships and focus on the friendships you really want. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.